Welcome to a new video series. Since I've gone as far as I can in Notia and can't seem to progress, I am ending that series, and that gives me the opportunity to start a new one. And I finally learned how I can play a canon Pokemon game on this channel. So I'm going to be playing FireRed and LeafGreen at the same time, while I have a few special rules. I'm going to be taking the rule from Nuzlocke that you can only catch the first Pokemon you encounter on each route. However, I am not going to abide by the rule that you have to release a Pokemon if it faints. I am also, to make it a little more difficult, I'm going to avoid Pokemon centers. So we can only heal at home and using healing items. I'm going to be playing as the male character on FireRed and the female character on LeafGreen, and going through exactly the same rules on both files. I'll be choosing Bulbasaur on FireRed and Squirtle on LeafGreen because that's going along with the manga. Red chooses Bulbasaur and blue or green, whichever you want to call her, because different makes of the manga, I think it's to do with what do you call it? Well, originally her name was blue, but then it got changed to green, and her name was swapped with the name of the manga equivalent to Gary Oak. But I know the girl is being green, so that's what I'll call her. She chooses Squirtle, so I'm just going to go along with their picks. And I am going into this game fairly blind. I've never played Kanto before, unless you count the after story of Heart Gold, which is all kind of backwards. So I have never before played Kanto the way it is meant to be played. I did have a FireRed cartridge that I got with my DS, but that cartridge was broken and it never ran properly. It deleted my save file every time. So I never got past the grumpy old man that didn't want to let you pass until after he'd had his coffee. Oh, I'm not going to record all the way through this battle. We know how this goes. I will pick up again once I am ready to catch my first Pokemon in both of the games. Bye! Okay, I have got my starter in both games, and I've leveled up to level 10. I have obtained Oak's Parcel, so now I have my Pokeballs, and I'm ready to see what my first Pokemon that I'm going to be allowed to catch is. And on this route, our only choices are Rattata and Pidgey. So All I can say about that is, oh, took it to half health in one. That's not so good. I hope we get opposite Pokemon on the different playthroughs. Plays through? Not sure how I should say that. Hey, please don't take away all of its health. Let's just growl it once. Oh, I did a test run, and on my test run, I actually, on Leaf, I fainted both the first Pokemon that I came across down here and a Mankey that I came across as my first encounter on the route up near the Pokemon League. So I don't want that to happen again. I need to get something. And I really am hoping that on one of these games I get a Mankey, because that is the best option for that route. So for now, I'm just going to keep going up and get the other Pokemon. Oh, this Pidgey can go ahead and faint. I wouldn't even be allowed to catch it anyway. Oh, one Vine Whip does fairly well. Oh, but that's just a level 2. Whatever I come across up there is going to be a little higher than level 2. Oh, I realized that having Bulbasaur on this game with Leech Seed is going to give me a bit of an advantage doing less damage. I'm gonna go ahead and run from this one so that I've still got enough health to deal with things when I get up there. Let's hope that we can have something good on Route 22. And what's it going to be? Oh, good! We get a Mankey. Please do not faint it. One Vine Whip. Oh! Maybe I shouldn't have leveled up this much. And whatever we see now, another Mankey? I'm not allowed to get it. How could, what was it? Oh, do I? No, I'm not allowed to. I have to faint it. How could, I don't remember if it was, I think it was a Rattata. A level 2 Rattata withstood my Bulbasaur's Vine Whip with a few HP left, and a Mankey did not. How did that work? Oh, I forgot I had to wait through all of this guy is what he's saying. Oh, we'll watch a little catching tutorial video. I think I'll find some way to not have that in the recording on LeafGreen. I really should not have leveled up my Pokemon to level 10. But that's just the way I tend to do it. Okay, obtained the TGTV. Okay. Now, what can we get up here? Should I... Rattata doesn't even have any health left. Let's just go in with Bulbasaur and hope we don't faint what we get. It is another Rattata. And I'm going with the Nuzlocke rule on first encounters. And I think it says if it's a species you already have, you don't have to catch it again. You can go again in that case. So, hold on, is this a different route number than south of Viridian City? I need to make sure of that. This is Route 1, of course it is. Because this is Kanto. That's the first route you go to in any game. And I didn't pay attention to what this route's name is. Does this... Okay, this is Route 2, so I'm allowed to catch a new Pokemon here. Let's hope I can get a Mankey on LeafGreen. Is there anything other than Rattata on Kanto Route 2? I'm not seeing any sign that there is. At least a Pidgey? It is yet another Rattata. Well, I guess I don't get another Pokemon on this game. Well then, let's hope I get better luck on LeafGreen. First Pokemon I get here is also a Rattata, which probably means I'm not going to be allowed to catch anything. Oh, critical hit? Seriously? Better get something. Then maybe I can catch something on Route 2 because I can get a Rattata up there. Oh. Let's just run from this Pidgey. I'm hoping I can catch something because I already overleveled and I'm kind of regretting that, but I can't go back on that now. At least let me get a Mankey heading toward the Pokemon League. Oh, cross through Viridian City. Route 22. What can we get in here? We got 2 Mankeys on... Oh yes, good. Now please do not faint. It can take 1 tackle, right? Okay, and I will not tackle it again. We're just going to throw a Pokeball. And we caught Mankey. That's a relief. Oh, now I know better than too much over-leveling. But I'm probably still going to do it. On my regular... Oh, why did I not think about this guy again? Well, that's okay. I'll just continue saying what I was saying while we skip through him. On my regular playthroughs, or on the newer games, I have been trying to complete the Pokédex, and my Pokemon are always at the stage where they're going to one-hit knock out the wild Pokemon. So I've been raising a special capture Pokemon with false swipes. It started with just false swipes, which my first capture specialist was a Scyther on Heart Gold, and then on Alpha Sapphire I had a Breloom, and okay, I think this route only has Rattata. I'm allowed to try and catch this Rattata. Oh, I think I will get it. So I'm going to have 2 Pokemon on Leaf and just 1 on Fire. I had to call FireRed Fire because I called LeafGreen Leaf. Oh, after I'm just going to do a little bit of grinding while I finish telling about this. Oh, so there are Pidgey on this route. Why weren't they showing up for me before? Too late, I gave up on getting one. Oh, on Alpha Sapphire, my first capture specialist was a Breloom with false swipes, and I still keep it as my Ditto capture specialist because it's useful when the only moves the wild Ditto can get off of my own Pokemon is false swipes, so then I can catch Ditto after Ditto without them being able to retaliate. I'm gonna go back down here because I'm gonna have to heal at home. Then I thought it would be good to be able to put a Pokemon to sleep while using false swipes on it. And so I looked into what Pokemon could do that, and I ended up training a Kricketune with false swipes and Sing. But even then, I had trouble capturing Ghost-type Pokemon. So then I actually found a use for the move Foresight, but Kricketune is not able to learn Foresight, and for that reason I started searching for something that could learn Foresight and put a Pokemon to sleep and use false swipes. And the only solution to that I could come up with was Smeargle. And so I got a copy of X and I took my Kricketune, transferred over from Alpha Sapphire, and I used false swipes on a Smeargle. It sketched my false swipes, then I caught it, so I had a Smeargle with false swipes. I took it to the move reminder to remind it sketch. Then I taught Sing to a new wild Smeargle, and then switched into my Smeargle so that the wild Smeargle would use Sing on mine. And then I had to wait several... Oh. Is my Rattata a level 2? That was not good. I was not paying as much attention to what I was doing here, and it is a good thing I'm not doing a Nuzlocke. Oh. And of course, when the wild Smeargle used Sing on mine, it fell asleep, but then because the wild one only knew Sing, it couldn't do any damage until mine woke up, used false swipes, and then... Or, no, used sketch on Sing because it was using it over and over. Then I couldn't actually feint it, so I had to use false swipes and catch that one as well. And then I repeated the process, teaching wild Smeargle Foresight and Mean Look. So then that is, as far as I have found, the ultimate move combo for catching any wild Pokemon. If it's inclined to flee, like a low-level Abra, you've got Mean Look. If you tend to one-hit knockout Pokemon, you've got False Swipes. If you need to weaken a Ghost type... I seriously did that again. If you need to weaken a Ghost type without feinting it, there's the Foresight and False Swipes combo. Pretty much the only time Foresight is useful, but I do find it quite useful then. And, Fast Knock. Oh, right. Then Sing is, of course, useful anytime hunting wild Pokemon. That little tangent of mine I think it took longer than the main point of this segment. So, I will be seeing you again, I guess. Oh, and I had better switch out my Rattata before it is fainted again. Okay, I am going to do that this time. I think this tangent of mine took longer than the actual point of the segment. So, I'll be seeing you again once I'm ready to fight my rival, I think. Both games are now leveled up enough, or the Pokemon in the games are leveled up enough, that I think I can go see my rival. On one hand, I don't want to... That was my phone. My notification sound is a rabbit grunting. On one hand, I don't want to, what was I saying? I don't want to be where I'm fainting the wild Pokemon I'm supposed to catch, but I also want to be a couple of levels above my rival when I battle him. So, on the way there, I'm just running from all the wild Pokemon I find. Later on, I might buy some repels, but I don't think they're even available yet, and once they are, maybe even then, early game, I'll be spending money on potions, primarily. And I don't think I'll have money to spend on anything else until I have the VS Seeker. I know that that's in this game. Hey, Red! You're off to the Pokemon League? Forget about it. You probably don't have any badges, do you? The guard won't let you through without them. By the way, did your Pokemon get any stronger? Rival Blue would like to battle. So, I leveled up enough so that I could reasonably have the possibility of taking down his Pidgey with my Rattata. That worked, and then we especially have to be a little bit over the level of his starter, because the rival always picks the starter with the type advantage. Though I think in this fight we still won't be seeing any elemental moves. So that's probably still a moot point. It's just a matter of tackling and scratching. I'm not using my elemental moves because they wouldn't be very effective. And I suppose... I don't know why... Aw, you just lucked out. I have it in I heard the Pokemon League is crawling with tough trainers. I have to figure out how to get past them. You should quit dawdling and get a move on. I've got Gary Oak's voice in my head, but I don't think I can really make it come out my mouth. Because Blue Oak is, well, assumably he's Oak. He's Professor Oak's grandson. But he is pretty much the equivalent of Gary Oak. So, I don't know why he wasn't using any elemental moves. Maybe he didn't have them yet. Or it was just toned down a little because it's only the second battle. Now I'm going to go up into Viridian Forest. Oh, I can go around the grass. And see if I didn't overlevel my Rattata too much to catch something new. Rattata may be small, but don't underestimate its wicked bite. Have you caught one already? Yep. Are you going to Viridian Forest? It's a natural maze in there. Be careful you don't get lost. Oh, I don't know how far I'm going to try going in this segment, but I'm at least going to try to catch something in here. Alright, and what do we get? A Weedle. Level 4, and I'm level 9. Please don't one hit knock it out. Okay, it looks like we'll probably be getting a Weedle. Oh. Pokeball? I stocked up on some supplies off screen. Alright, we got Weedle. So, now I don't have to worry about how far I level up Rattata, because now we can keep Weedle as the weak one that can catch wild things. I came here with some friends to catch us some bug Pokemon. They're all itching to get into some Pokemon battles. Okay. I think I am going to see how far through this forest I can get. And while I was grinding, I discovered that route that at first I said looked like it had only Rattata. Not only did it also have Pidgey, it had Caterpie and Weedle as well. So if I kept looking long enough, I would have been allowed to get one of those, but I didn't. For poison, use Antidote. Get it at Pokemon Marts. I didn't buy any Antidote, but I know this is the same generation game mechanics as Emerald, and I did play Emerald, so I know this is one of those games where the poisoned Pokemon can faint while you walk around. So especially when we've got this huge commute to make back to Pallet Town, I probably should buy Antidote. I'm not sure if I've got the money for that at the moment, so maybe I should just avoid battling poison types for now? Because I don't think there's any trainers. There wouldn't be any trainers with poison types yet, would there? It would just be... Oh. But there's probably bug catchers, huh? They would have Weedle at least. we'll keep fighting them and see what happens. The real challenge, and there was poison sting, but we didn't get poisoned. The real challenge of this is going to be getting up to where we get fly, and I'm not sure where that is in this game. Red put the Pokeball in the Pokeball's pocket. Because after we have fly, then it's just kind of going to be a bit of a joke going back and forth to Pallet Town each time. Uh-oh, we have poison now. Rattata's probably going to faint. Oh, I'm going to leave off this segment here. And I'll level up Rattata to be a battler, and I'll level up Weedle somewhat, but leave it weak enough to still catch wild Pokemon. So now let's jump on over to LeafGreen. Now here we are on LeafGreen. We get to make that same trek back up. I've got a little more liberty here because I got that Mankey. So, or wait, no, not just because I have Mankey, because I have 2 extras, and I really shouldn't be fighting the wild Pokemon on my way, I realized. You know what? It's not so much the PP I'm worried about at this point. I think I've got enough. So I'm just going to let it run its health most of the way down. And then I'll use a potion before the rival fight. Because 35 on Scratch and 20 on Low Kick, I don't think I'm gonna run out that easily. Oh, I'll keep battling the wild Pokemon on the way up. Because it's okay if Mankey levels up, because I've still got a Rattata for catching wild things. We're on to a little bit better start on this game. We'll have to see if FireRed can catch up luck-wise. So, I'm gonna go ahead and get Mankey's health worn down a bit so that it'll be less of a waste of a potion. If I don't just one-hit knock out everything in sight. Okay, the Rattata is higher level, but it's also at a type disadvantage, so is it going to be a one-hit knockout? Yep. I need my Mankey to have its health chopped down about as close to 9 points as possible. We'll see how far I can get it without risking it going too far. I want somebody to do just a little damage to my Mankey, because I'm pretty sure the rival is going to do some damage. What if we just used Scratch instead? There we go. Oh, but then we just get a tail whip. Then let's hold out and use Leer. I'm definitely going to replace Leer as soon as possible. But right now, I want Mankey to get a little bit of damage. I'll be happy with 11. So we're going to waste 2 points of what the potion could do, but that's not too bad. Oh, I did not restock Pokeballs in this one, did I? And I have no potions. Did I not even get the one out of the PC? I did not realize that. Well, let's just get the one out of the PC for now. No, not someone's PC. We need our own PC. Which PC should be Access? Green's PC. Item storage. Pokemon has always been ahead of the times technology-wise, hasn't it? You can just put both Pokemon and items into a computer from any location and then withdraw them whenever you want. Okay. Might as well also let's bring it up to 10 Pokeballs. So let's get 7 of them. And I probably should get a couple antidotes, even though I didn't on the other game. That probably is a good idea. I never buy antidotes playing normally. I get full heals once they're available. But I don't bother with the ones that only treat one status condition. But poison is by far the most dangerous in this generation, since it is able of knocking the Pokemon out on the way back to healing. And even playing the same generation, playing Emerald, no, I think that'll just give the Mankey the potion to hold. I would still just run back to the Pokemon Center, but we can't use... Oh, I forgot there was this big animation every time you use an item. The Pokemon Center was usually in range, and now we can't use Pokemon Centers, and we're probably not going to get back to Pallet Town in time, so we're going to need to use some antidotes. And here's the rival fight. Not going to read the dialogue this time, because it's the same thing we went through on FireRed. Sent out Pidgey. This time I've got a Mankey. Now Pidgey is part normal, which is weak against fighting, but it's also part flying, which is strong against fighting, so low kick probably doesn't do... Well, it didn't do anything if it missed. Nope, it's not super effective. The flying counteracts that. But we can use it anyway. And we can finish it with a scratch. And we can let Squirtle finish off against Bulbasaur. And Rattata can be ignored for this battle. Once we're finished here, we can put Rattata up front and see what we can add to our party in Viridian Forest. I forget what the evolution animation looks like this generation. Defeated rival blue. Oh, that is enough money to buy another antidote, I think. But I'm not gonna bother with that for now. I do need to put Rattata. I don't know why, but I always say I put them on point or sometimes even flying point. That doesn't necessarily make sense. What are they, geese in a V? So we already caught something on Route 2. Have to go all the way up to Viridian Forest to be able to catch something new. And I keep trying to press B like it's going to make me go faster. And are running shoes in this game? They should be in this game, but if they are, I don't have them yet. So I get a Kakuna, a different Pokemon for now than the other game, but it is going to become a Beedrill, and the other, my Weedle on the other game. Oh, and it's a level 5 Kakuna. Can't get that in, by leveling up a Weedle. Oh, is there some lore point to that? I know that the reason there are, okay, Pokeball, there are under-level Gyarados in the Lake of Rage is because of Team Rocket. Are under-level Pokemon in other places supposed to be because of Team Rocket? Oh. At this point, except for the starter Pokemon, the team is pretty much identical, plus the Mankey that is on this game. Because we've got the starter Pokemon, both games have a Rattata, both games have something that will eventually become a Beedrill. Please don't let me run out of Pokeballs before I get it. My options for catching Pokemon are precious few here. Good. Thank you. No. Aside from the starters themselves, Mankey is the biggest difference between the games. So, now I'll leave this one here as well. I'll be leveling up the new Pokemon, and I'll see you again once we're ready to actually cross through Viridian Forest. I didn't mean to evolve my Weedle, but I did. I wanted to get it as close to the cusp of level 7 as I could so that it would evolve at the beginning of this episode. And I misjudged that and I pushed it over the edge, and I decided not to cancel its evolution. It's just a Kakuna. You've already seen a Kakuna. We got one on the other game. So, oh well, I'm going to leave it be. Now, I don't want to waste any health or PP fighting the wild Pokemon along here, since in this segment we're going to have to get through all of the bug catchers in the Viridian Forest. Oh, I'm not sure how we're going to entertain ourselves on the trek through Viridian City. Oh, looks like we're just about... Okay, why did it stop walking there? My finger must have slipped off of the control. Okay, I could go around that grass patch, but I forgot that. Okay, we're just about in the forest, and see, this guy over here doesn't want to battle. He's just a walking tutorial. I was throwing Pokeballs to catch Pokemon and I ran out. That's why you can never have too many Pokeballs. I think the maximum is something like 99, isn't it? There is a maximum. Hey, you! Or, hey, you have Pokemon. Come on. Let's battle them. Okay. Bugcatcher Rick sent out Weedle. Go Rattata. Quick attack. This portion's just going to be pretty normal, getting through the forest like any playthrough would. I'm kind of thinking that this challenge might not be as much of a challenge as just kind of laborious. Well, press on with it anyway. Don't really have anything else to say. Let's hope we get this done quickly. But I still feel like I have to film this as just proof every time I go through a new area. I can do all of my grinding off screen, but anytime I'm going through a new area... Yo! You can't jam out if you're a Pokemon trainer. Was I trying to jam out? I'm pretty sure I went right up to you and talked to you. I feel like I have to film the exploration of a new area just for the proof of following the rules. Oh, and we got poisoned. And I don't think I would survive going all the way back home. Or I might just have to let Rattata faint. If it can survive the battle, I might have an antidote. I think I bought Antidote on one of the two games, and I can't remember which one it was. Oh, another Pokemon. Yeah, we'll switch and send in Bulbasaur. Maybe I should have led with Bulbasaur going through the forest in the first place, because poison types can't get poisoned, right? And, let's see, grass isn't very good against bug, so I should avoid Vine Whip for now. What's on the other side of Viridian Forest? Is that Pewter City, or do we have farther to go? I haven't done a lot of exploring in Kanto. And there's some underground path in the area, too, that, goes to... I ran out of Pokemon. These aren't very lucrative. Okay. Oh. Right, do I have Antidote? Nope. I must have it on... Oh, what's it? What is this? Ha! Found an antidote. That was convenient. So, use the antidote on Rattata. Oh, I didn't even know that I could skip the cutscene. I didn't mean to, but it's the same sort of cutscene we saw earlier. And I'm going to put Bulbasaur up front now, because I don't think it can get poisoned. Are there any other sorts of paths? Man, I wish I had the... Why do I not have the ability to use running shoes? Do I get running shoes later in the game? I'm trying to find if there is some other path with items. I'm really just delaying this. Okay, run away. Yeah, I should take advantage of that I have a poison type, and anytime I have to deal with the risk of poisoning, just send in a poison type. I think there was an item over here, and I already picked it up while grinding because there were no trainers in the area. Okay, so it's a waste to go in there. At least got out of that grass alright. And check on past this guy, and the signpost, and the Pokeball guy. First battle. Okay, I guess that backtracking was completely worthless. But I wanted to get any items that were available to me. What is this way? I want to battle him. I might be little, but I won't like it if you go easy on me. Yeah, well, I wouldn't like that either. Like to get that experience. Bug Catcher Anthony. Tackle. Pretty much just going to use a bunch of tackle at this point. Take 3 hits. So what do I know about the the layout of the land ahead. I think the entrance to the... Oh, it's not called Rock Tunnel, is it? Underground Passage, some kind of Diglett Tunnel? There's Diglett in it, but I'm not sure what its name is. But it goes between Pewter City and where Surge is. Is that Vermilion City? But I think that the first time you can only travel it in reverse, and then once you've, or rather, to get back to Pewter City, and then after that you can take it both directions. So the entrance will be there, but it'll, oh boo, nothing went right. The entrance will be there, but it'll be blocked off. And other than that, all I can think of that'll be over this way is Pewter City itself and the Pewter Gym. We're fairly well equipped to handle the Pewter Gym on both games, because here we have a Bulbasaur, and on LeafGreen we have both a Mankey and a Squirtle. So we've got some good type advantages. Then have to head through Mount Moon. I've never really had the experience of going through Mount Moon. Did you know that Pokemon evolve? Yeah, I already had my Weedle evolve. Bugcatcher Charlie. Oh. By the time you get to Mount Moon in the Johto games, I don't think it's really the same experience, so I'll have to see what that's like. And then beyond there's Cerulean City, the water type gym. We've got a grass type on this game, but I don't think LeafGreen is all that ready to take on a water type gym, because we've got a Squirtle. So water against water, no advantage. A Kakuna that might be a Beedrill by then. And we've got red changed Pokemon, no. Send out Metapod. Well, Metapod, I could have sent out Rattata against that, because Metapod can't poison anything. My potentially Beedrill by then, my Squirtle, my Mankey, my Rattata, none of them too good against water. Hopefully I can get something else on the way. I think there's possibility for an Oddish or something like that, but I can't control what I'll catch when I get there. I don't know what else I can say, but there's only one more battle here. Hey, wait up! What's the hurry? Why the rush? Why the rush is because I'm running out of things to say, and I still have another game segment to get through. Yeah, that's not doing very much because Bulbasaur's own poison is counteracting it. Oh, what level does Bulbasaur evolve? 16? I give. You're good at this. Leaving Viridian Forest, Pewter City ahead. So, is Pewter City immediately ahead? And run. We have a continuation of Route 2. We already caught something on Route 2. And then we have Pewter City. Now, generally, first gym leaders, Pewter City, a stone gray city. Psst, do you know what I'm doing? No. I'm spraying Repel to keep wild Pokemon out of my garden. Oh. What's this way? You're a trainer, right? Brock's looking for new challengers. Follow me. Okay. So it just drags you to the gym. I'm going to explore every which way before I go in the gym. Then we're going to cut to the chase on LeafGreen. If you have the right stuff, go take on Brock. How's my health? Because I don't necessarily want to have to make this trek all over again. Looks like we've still got some health. Stop right there, kid. You're 10,000 light years from facing Brock. So there's only one gym trainer we have to face? Camper Liam. Level 10 Geodude. Okay, we have 10 Vine Whip. Can that get through this guy and Brock? Oh, and I can heal myself with Leech Seed. Hey, I'm not going to bother seeding this guy, but I will seed Brock. Leech Seed carries on to the next Pokemon in battle, right? I can't believe I played so much Emerald without knowing that in this trying to learn Poison Powder, but Bulbasaur can't. Hold on, I thought Poison Powder and Sleep Powder were learned at level 13. Well, we can replace Growl. I probably don't want to keep Poison Powder for long, but it's better than Growl. Well, regardless, Sleep Powder and Poison Powder are coming at the same level. Accuracy 75, accuracy 75. No, I don't think I want Sleep Powder. Stop learning Sleep Powder, yes. I can't... Light years isn't time. It measures distance. Okay. So you're here. I'm Brock. You are here and I am Brock. My name is here. I'm Pewter's gym leader. My rock-hard willpower is evident even in my Pokémon. My Pokémon are all rock-hard and have true grit determination. That's right, my Pokémon are all rock-type. Wahaha! You're going to challenge me knowing that you'll lose? That's the trainer's honor that compels you to challenge me. Fine then, show me your best. Knowing that I'll lose, huh? They have to say that. And I said I was going to seed him, didn't I? I don't think I really need to do that, but yeah, just gives kind of a better atmosphere to it, honestly. Fence curl, fine. You can probably just take it out with a vine whip, right? Yep. And then we just need to get past Onyx. So, on the other game, we won't have a Pokemon capable of healing itself like Bulbasaur is, but we'll also have two different super effective Pokemon. Alright, I took you for granted and so I lost. As proof of your victory, I confer on you this, the official Pokemon League Boulder Badge. Red received the Boulder Badge from Brock. Just having the Boulder Badge makes your Pokemon more powerful. It also enables the use of the move Flash outside of battle. Of course, a Pokemon must know the move Flash to use it. Red got 1,400 for winning. And Bulbasaur is evolving. I can't actually hear the music right now because I have to turn the music down low enough that I can't hear it while I'm playing so that it isn't too loud in the playback. Wait, take this with you. Red received TM39 from Brock. A TM technical machine contains a technique for Pokemon. Using a TM teaches the move it contains to a Pokemon. A TM is good for only one use. So when you use one, pick the Pokemon carefully. When I got to Gen 6, I didn't realize for quite a while that that had changed and I was hoarding all of my TMs. Anyway, TM39 contains Rock Tomb. I think I was in, Lily Cove City in Alpha Sapphire before I found out that I could reuse my TMs. It hurls boulders at the foe and lowers its speed. There are all kinds of trainers in this huge world of ours. You appear to be very gifted as a Pokemon trainer. So let me make a suggestion. Go to the gym in Cerulean and test your abilities. Okay. Oh, we can leave him there. And hop on over to LeafGreen. Now, between segments, I was thinking this might be getting too easy. It's just a matter of trekking back home. So I watched somebody else's No Pokemon Centers challenge. And this person, banned other places that are technically not Pokemon centers, such as healing at home. And one big difference was that this guy was playing Emerald. So in Emerald, two big advantages are, number one, Lepa berries. I do believe it's possible to find Lepa berries in this game, but they're finite. You can find them and use them, but you can't replant them and grow more. In any of the Hoenn games, if you dawdle around and keep replanting berries, Lepa berries are going to become infinite. So, if I ever do try the same challenge... What? Oh, right. I haven't come through here on LeafGreen yet. I was gonna say, didn't I already battle you? But then I remembered that was on the other game. Who do we have in front? Mankey. Okay. Let's just try scratching it. I don't think fighting is going to do anything special. Please don't poison. Thank you. Hey. If I ever try this in any of the Hoenn games, I will avoid using any sort of healing spot anywhere, but I don't think that's really feasible in Kanto, both for the reason that there aren't as many berries here as there are in Hoenn, and the other big advantage that is in Hoenn is you can get Zigzagoon on the first route, and while it's not that great in battle, Zigzagoon's ability pickup is a huge advantage. And if I'm thinking correctly, the only Pokemon to be caught in Kanto that has pickup is Meowth. And you have to get quite a bit farther into the game before you can get a Meowth. I'm not entirely sure where in the region you can catch Meowth. And even when we get there, I think the encounter rate is going to be lower for Meowth than it would be in Hoenn for Zigzagoon. And since I've been using the first encounter only rule, I'm going to have a fairly low chance of getting a Meowth, I think. Hey. So I'm not going to use that sort of rule. But I do think we need to make some restrictions on healing. I am still going to heal at home, but maybe from this point on, I only get one heal per time that I get a gym badge or something. And maybe we can earn extra heals at points such as defeating Giovanni. Oh, boo, nothing went right. So, after defeating Brock, I can go back and heal again, but I might see how far I can get without healing, because then after I heal... What happens if I talk to you? Oh, right, you are another battle. That is this person's whole reason. He is a battle. Let's see. So then, after I heal, once I've defeated Brock, I'm not going to be able to go back home and heal again until after I've defeated Misty. I think that is fair since in this game we don't have infinite Lepa berries. I don't necessarily want to use Rattata, because I want to keep it weak enough for wild Pokemon, and Kakuna's kind of useless in these battles. Oh. That's going to severely limit the over-leveling that I tend to do. And another thing that came to my attention is, I didn't even know this, that if you put a Pokemon in the PC and take it back out again, it gets all of its power points back. Is that what PP stands for? I really don't know. I've called them power points for about as long as I've been playing Pokemon. I think it's about since I was 12. I think I got my first actual Pokemon game when I was 12. I played it online on some of these knockoff websites like Pokemon Crater. Little before that. Oh, no, let's not change Pokemon. Tackle. We want to save our water type moves for the gym. I'm not too worried about Tackle. Let's see, does Tail Whip lower defense? Maybe if we used a couple of Tail Whips. I really never use that kind of move. But then maybe we can take it out with just one more Tackle. Oh no, it's just going to harden if I do that. But Metapod can only harden, can't it? Oh. This is pointless. I was thinking I could run it out of PP, but that would take too long. And we got a critical hit. I really never use stat moves. Okay. Now, I think there was something else I was saying, but I don't remember what it was. No, I was saying I want to save the water type moves for gym. We need to do something with Kakuna. Could we possibly get... Oh no, it's a wired... This is a wired Caterpie. Caterpie, and I think it can use Oh, and that is lovely. I can't escape. And it's just going to keep attacking me. So I'm going to have to switch then. Okay, I'll just keep using Squirtle's tackle on things. It won't do much good in the rock gym anyway. So now I'm going to have to conserve my PP somewhat and make this more of a challenge. And I don't know if he starts with a Caterpie, Weedle, Kakuna, or Metapod, so I'm going to have Squirtle go in instead. Hey, wait up! What's the hurry? Why the rush? So what do you have? Oh, and you only have one, and it's a Weedle. Good, I wouldn't want to send Kakuna out against that. It's kind of sad it couldn't defeat its pre-evolved form. Our other Kakuna is currently stronger since I caught it as a Weedle, and it at least knows how to use tackle. So this Kakuna is going to be a little bit of a problem. I'm not going to bother trying to evolve it before the gym. I'm going to put Mankey in front, and I am going to... No, if I just give Squirtle a potion, it'll hold it, and that won't do any good. I need to use a potion. Okay, potion was used on Squirtle, and I think that was exactly the right... Yes, exactly 20 health points. Good. So we did not waste a drop. And it still got the PP on all of its water moves. Oh, I think that what I had been saying before was that... how do I get up there? Oh, right. Like this. That it is going to... What's up here? I don't think I went up here. There appears to be nothing up there. And I keep holding down B like it's going to make me go faster, and I know I don't have the running shoes yet. Okay, I believe I've got Mankey up front, don't I? Stop right there, kid. You're 10,000 light years from facing Brock. It came to my attention that if you put a Pokemon in the PC and take it back out again, it regains all of its PP, and I didn't even know that. So, the rule that... Well, maybe I should have used Karate Chop, because I guess Geodude isn't all that heavy, because even though it's dense, it's small. Oh, let's just Karate Chop it. The low kick should be good against Brock's Onix when we get there. And about to use Sandshrew. Sandshrew's just ground, so it's not weak against fighting. So then it actually was a good idea to heal Squirtle. Though it probably could have still taken it down even if it hadn't been healed. Great, the roosters are fighting again. Or rather, one of them is chasing another one, and the one being chased isn't fighting back. He used to be the one in charge, but essentially, the roosters don't stay at the top very long. When there's a new one that reaches pretty much the spring after he turns a year old, when he's still a cockerel, he can be knocked back down, but once he turns a year old, boy, he's going to dethrone the old boss. And we're going to dethrone this boss. Nah, that would mean that we'd be taking over the gym. That'd be cool if you could do that. And when you defeat the champion in any game, you never actually get to stand in the champion's room and watch as some new person comes in. And shouldn't the lowest member of the Elite Four be kicked off? And then the former champion becomes the final Elite Four member, and etc.? It would kind of be cool if it worked that way. So, in a lot of these games, you can... No, I'm not switching. You can become the champion and supposedly be the strongest in all of the land, and then they send you off somewhere like the Battle Resort, Battle Frontier, whatever they're going to call it. It's more or less the same thing with different names in each game. And then... It's more or less the same thing with different names in each game. And you can't... Then you can't what? I think I said the wrong thing. There is no way... What? I am really getting lost in what I'm saying. I think that what I meant to say is we're supposedly the strongest one in all the land, and then suddenly everybody at this new place is your level. Though these new places do usually have a function where any Pokemon over level 50 gets leveled down to 50 for the challenges. So maybe that saves the plot. They are purposefully handicapping your Pokemon. So I was thinking that I was, after this battle, going to go back home and heal, but I don't think I'm going to. I think I'm going to have to head this way a little bit. But what's in this house? Nidoran, sit. Bow wow. Nidoran are dogs? Oh, I looked up something about its name. And apparently Nidoran translates to two-way orchid, and it refers to, I think it was orchids, the way that orchids can come in either blue or purple. That was kind of interesting. So Nidoran is partially based off of an orchid, then why is it not a grass type? And, well, its physical appearance looks nothing like an orchid, but its name is based off of an orchid, and the fact that they come in blue and purple is based off of an orchid. Okay. Our Pokemon's an outsider, so its finicky and hard to handle. An outsider is a Pokemon that you get in a trade. It grows fast, but it may ignore an unskilled trainer in battle. If only we had some badges. For the longest time... Oh, since I'm still talking, I might as well go this way. Oh, is this where I get the running shoes? Oh, Green! I'm glad I caught up to you. I'm Professor Oak's aide. I've been asked to deliver this, so here you go. Green received the... Yes! Running shoes! Green switched shoes with the running shoes. Press the B button to run, but only where there's room to run, which means not indoors. Because I think you can still run in tight spaces. Well, I must be going back to the lab. Bye-bye. It's not really where there's room to run. There's a letter attached. Dear Green, here is a pair of running shoes for my beloved challenger. Remember, I'll always cheer for you. Don't ever give up. From Mom. Okay, that is going to make things a lot better. Are there anything... is there anything I can catch here? Well, the grass is over there, so not without getting past these trainers. Yeah, I can get past her, but not that next one. So, I guess I might as well battle her right now. I've still got Mankey in front, don't I? She probably has grass type, so it's a good thing I don't have Squirtle out. Excuse me, you looked at me, didn't you? Does it look like I'm looking at her? Well, I looked at her, but I don't think that my player did. Yeah, Oh, and Mankey is in bad condition. We don't want any fainting. I am just going to... Thank goodness. I was really hoping for something like that. We made through that we made through it. We got through it. We made it by the skin of our teeth. And I'm going to have to use some potions on Mankey. And I will switch. I didn't even pay attention to what she has next. Go Squirtle. Pidgey, good, it is not. Another, we didn't even get one in the first place. It is not a grass type. Can get through this. I wonder how this challenge is going to go with limiting heals after gym leaders. And I should probably buy a whole bunch of potions, shouldn't I? Or at least buy a whole bunch of something. Should I am not spending money on Repel yet. Should I go until I white out? Oh. According to the other video that I'm kind of basing this off of, the guy said no whiting out because that's a cheap way to get all of your PP back. And, how about no whiting out on purpose? We try to keep going as long as we can, but if we white out, we white out. I'm just gonna keep going forward for a little while. You know what? No, I'm not. This is going to be the next episode. I'm going to leave them here for now. See ya. Chair. Stuhl.